My nipple keeps going out. Oh, hi.
Oh no, free the nip
Oh, hi.
on how to kickflip a horse. Did you guys see that video of the guy? I think it's he's playing darts and he gets like some really good darts throw. And so he's got like the bowling shirt with the front pockets and he just lifts up one of the pockets and has his nipple out and he's just going like
No. Yeah,
It's really intense.
a move. Oh.
See if you can find that on the internet. Do yourself a favor, viewers at home. That's what we're bringing to the table is referring you to other places on the internet. If you don't go do that, watch our show, and it starts like this.
Smoke weed every day.
Hello, everyone. It's How to Kick for Horse. We're playing Pathfinder Iron Gods. And we're gonna just jump right into it, especially due to Ross's wig. When last we left our heroes, they had witnessed a pretty intense scene hiding in a cave. They witnessed. Oh, they had met the. I guess I should mention they had met the Conehead, the long-sought Conehead, who they found out was an alien named Isuma. And then they hid in Isuma's cave while two groups of aliens did violence on one another. And that is where we currently are. If I can get the flag on Roll20 to drag down to the page that I want it to. This one.
Don't I soon, because you make a.
Whoa.
Me.
It makes an ass out of I and Isuma.
You name me.
Something like that.
Yeah. I gotta go.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Well, see you later.
Anyway. So you guys just saw this big crab-like thing chop off this little winged guy's head and suck it up into one of these awful little, let's call them domes, I suppose. Does anyone have a better name for this type of feature?
What do you call the frog eggs that are on their backs?
I thought spiders did that less so than frogs.
No, I know frogs do it.
I know the frog you're talking about. Is there a specific name for a frog egg? Like
Well, the Suriname toad does that. Suriname toad.
Kermit caviar.
Don't eat that. That's disgusting.
Oh, I actually really hate looking at this.
Yeah, it's really bad. Don't viewers at home, don't look that shit up. Just use your imagination.
Right now, I'm gonna be honest.
And imagine an awful little alien head getting sucked up into a pink dome and then dissolved down to just its brain and then displayed as almost sort of like a gruesome trophy almost.
Amphibians be gross.
What are you guys doing in your little cave hideout?
Peeking,
we're trying to be as quiet as possible.
Sure. Do you guys want to like do anything, or do you want to just wait for this conflict to solve itself?
Yeah, I don't imagine we're really going to be. Well, I don't know. What do you guys want to do? I don't know if I really want to be.
Defer to the. I would defer to the Conehead.
Yeah.
It feels like you probably know better what's going on here.
She nods and just goes,
What?
shh.
Oh,
It's a real Krasinski situation, you know?
Isn't he,
just like
isn't he only in the first one?
Yeah, the Quite place.
Who's that?
White Place?
Quite a place.
Quite a place by
what?
Jim from The Office.
This is
They
so
just
weird.
go, wow, this is quite a place. And then the alien just grabs them.
Yeah, with the
The camera,
Office
like-
theme song.
Right. They should have done that right before spoilers for A Quiet Place, right before he got. They should have given him like a little the pan over to him just being,
Google?
that would have made that movie a lot
Googly
better.
Stuff. It's
And
crazy.
it goes like wah wah wah.
Bum 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 ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da, ba-da, ba-da. I used to have that on the soundboard. Thanks for nothing, voice mod.
Cue all the names from 11 years ago. Go.
My diseased elder millennial brain only makes these sounds. So so basically what goes down out here is this battle continues to unfold. Let's see here. More of these guys show up, and the big crab guy in short order does to the second one like he did the first, snipping off his noggin and sucking it up and putting it in one of his brain tanks.
Little bunny
Where is my other guy? Sorry, folks. Should have had this one on the page already.
That's okay.
There you go. This guy shows up. Oh wow, he's actually the right size. And with his staff, he sort of gestures to the remaining other winged creatures, and the crab. The crab seems to be not only like not just like obeying commands, it's like part of this unit. Like it's acting with the same level of intelligence that these other loosely humanoid creatures are behaving with.
Right.
And they all, well, I'm gonna just delete these guys actually so that they don't get caught in the drag.
Does
They
it seem
all
like this is
move
like a hive
in.
mind situation?
And I think that's the title of your memoir, Caught in the Drag.
Drag.
Here I am.
Check out an Anthrax song.
The Anthrax stoner version cover album, Caught in a Drag, I think would probably definitely be less annoying than Anthrax.
Yeah, that's still
Like,
terrible.
it's not
That's
that
probably
hard to
true.
find a non-annoying vocalist, while your band is still in its prime.
Right. Yeah.
They should have just
Hair-
become Run
hair metal
DMC's
Anthrax?
backing band.
That would have been cool.
Hair metal Anthrax.
I tried to like Anthrax so many times. Because like I like
Not
all
worth
that.
it.
It is awful. It's so fucking bad.
John Bush
Yeah,
is a
although-
good singer, and they write like very boring songs with him. And then
Yeah.
like Charlie Benanti, like just does insane things that make no sense whatsoever. Like would make
Yeah.
sense in like some Watchtower type shit, and then
Yeah.
maybe Watchtower would be a good band. But
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I don't know.
much to say about that. I have many people who I guess have to like anything that was on a skateboard in the 80s in my life who would disagree with me about the utter badness of Anthrax.
But that's how I feel. Like I'm a big fan of like SOD and like all kinds of shit that like I like all the suicidal tendency stuff, even stuff that sucks. And I have so much.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
I'm a
There's-
true fan. I even like the bad stuff.
Well, I don't like all suicidal tendencies, but like the first four,
You
which
some
is, like,
of it you
more than-
love.
more than anyone else should like. I think.
Yeah, I'll go as far as the first 3, and I'll realize that like 2.5 of those suck.
But I love all that shit, and I even like MODs when they're not like
Yeah, the
actual...
N word on that first MOD album kind of sours the experience, I think.
Yeah, but the surf one is great.
Rough.
I actually didn't know about that, but I did know that he was a famous asshole. Anyway,
well, SOD was like formulated as a joke, and like the album came with this whole like lengthy thing written in character, and it's like very clearly supposed to be like a parody of like an old person to the mind of these like 20-year-olds doing coke in New York in 1980 or whatever. And like then like somewhere around MOD he was like, yeah, this is so hilarious that it's just me now, and like I love it. And
it's
then
the
like
QAnon phenomenon.
in the 20 teens and 20s he like is a full-on Trumpy QAnon nut job.
Yeah.
But yeah, the MOD first album for sure has an N-word on it.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well,
Yeah.
Or you know.
Also kind of poorly aged song about a woman of size.
Yeah.
I
love doing that. Anyway.
Speaking of...
And here's old metal with Jim coming to a conclusion.
Speaking of ill-advised things, these guys are going to continue on into the cave and continue on down the way that you guys did not. They're going in roughly this order, and this guy, the big guy, the crab of size, if you will, does like a weird, like raises itself up to like squeeze down this narrower hallway, so like it's just the width of its body.
Gross.
Yeah, definitely. And it makes like, it makes the requisite crunchy Foley noises,
Oh, was that
crunchy Foley noises.
We hear crepitating in there.
Definitely some crepitations. But yeah, shortly after that, they certainly disappear from your view. What are you guys gonna do? I gave you guys, I had you guys do knowledge planes last time if anyone had it available, but I'll let you do it again this time since it's a new episode. If anyone would like to, I can give you guys some more information that might be helpful going forward.
Make sure you don't know anything about Boeing. That knowledge of planes will get you killed.
Damn.
Well, I feel like the joke to make there is that what if Boeing had better knowledge of planes? But
that's a better joke. Thank you, Elder.
They wouldn't use it though. Thank you, Elder.
With a clever, witty repartee like that, I should start a parody thrash metal album. What could go wrong?
Jim Thrax.
I do feel like they should have some more knowledge of engineering.
I know what I'll do. Lyrics with never mind, that's not worth saying.
All right, great.
Lyrics without racial horrible things.
Yeah. Right, I was gonna say that, but tongue in cheek, and also Crime Cat's plug. May all your flights be Boeing.
May all your flights be Boeing. That's a great Crime Cat.
Zoom in on that and then go to those URLs. Say what?
So that was rendered excellently. That was a very good Crime Cat.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that one. But yeah, so they the intruders continue on their way, and you can hear clearly from where you are sounds of the fighting continuing outside, but it does seem to reach a not a lull, but it seems to have spread out from, or like what's the goddamn word? Dissipated.
Dissipated.
Should
Spread out,
we
I guess, works too.
follow them?
Diluted.
Diluted is a good one too.
Doc knows about planes.
Oh, Doc knows some planes.
Oh, okay, cool.
I tend to remember my Charlotte.
Hmm.
Oh, now that I get to look at those horrifying things close.
Oh, the sound of the chitin cracking makes me think of.
So
Who's that
what?
crepitating down there?
So I guess
Sorry.
I'll ask you, what does Doc know about the Dominion of the Black?
Sounds pretty cool.
I know a little about the Dominion of the Black, Doc, if you
I'll
want
let
a little
you.
bit of help.
I just mumbled Dominion of Black, and then Cabot said, "Oh yeah,
Oh no, I don't know it. Like we were told about it. Like you know it too.
That's more
Yeah,
what I
well.
was asking, is what have I told
Yeah.
you thus far? If any, I
Joe
guess
the-
if any of you
Joe the
guys
person
can
has a horrible
remember
long-term
that,
memory for this.
I'll fill you in.
All right, well here we go.
Notes, homework. Where is it?
Androffa is under threat from the Dominion of the Black. We're not sure if aboleths were summoned. We're not sure.
Could that be an aboleth?
We know about aboleths. I've wrote Erodin something ruled the world. They were at the reign of stars and they were space fascists. My notes are getting a little bit hard to decipher here.
Fair.
Big chewy pretzel, $5.
Get out of here.
So the divinity praise Binox. I'm trying to remember what the connection between the Order of the Black and Casilda's knowledge of unity is. Or if we
I
even
think
know it.
that is a gap that could be filled by maybe some cool rolls as opposed to memory, because it's been so long.
For sure. I just wanted to ask what any of you guys remembered first before I
want to
filled in.
remember. I promise.
No, that's perfectly fine. This might also be the first time it's been mentioned on the show. We may have talked about it in the pre-show season.
Yeah, this is actually these are very old. So
Fair enough. So actually, a fair amount of what you said is accurate. They were attacking Androffa. The ship that originally comprised the ruins that are throughout Numeria was a giant, like a world ship. It was Androffa's efforts to escape the Dominion. And aboard that ship was the artificial intelligence called Unity that kept these various separable ships unified. It kept them able to connect to one another, like literally, like physically, and via whatever network they have. Unity was the AI originally that facilitated that, and I'm trying to remember who you guys heard about the Dominion from. Do you see that in your notes anywhere?
I do. I think there was actually I think it was in one of the, could be wrong. Dreamweaver, what the fuck was her name?
Long Dreamer.
Long Dreamer like made some reference to it, and then we saw in one of the, I think in one of the well, I don't know this for sure, but that was what I remember. And then
Was it in one of the Zood journals, maybe?
and then one of the Zood, well, I didn't know if it was a journal or it was in one of the holograms, like one of the security footages from a conversation he had with somebody.
With his unseen servant.
Yeah.
This little nasty little wind elemental man.
Yeah, because this was written so long ago that this was when
So long ago, it's in crayon.
this is before we
He was
knew
a child.
this is before we knew who Zood was. So this was before we were
Okay.
had gone into the, like, I have the choking tower written as like a note right next to it and stuff, and yeah.
Sure. So yeah, you basically know like you know it the way any of us know like a urban legend. Like there's different versions of the story, but that's the version that you know. And legend has it that the Aboleths were the first rulers of the planet Galarian, which is the Pathfinder world planet. And they are said to have caused the Reign of Stars in retribution for the early versions, the pre-evolved versions of the various sentient races of Galarian for rising up against them. It's pretty widely disbelieved that the Aboleths actually created all of the sentient races, but it is also pretty widely believed that they almost certainly created humans.
Oh,
Because like a lot of the other species can like they know where they came from. They know who created them. Like the orcs know that they were created by like Groomsh or whatever the orc in Pathfinder's name is.
Groomsh.
Uh,
I think
Groomsh
it's
is the-
canonically Groomsh now.
in Pathfinder, I thought Groomsh was the D&D guy. I might be getting them confused.
I had never heard that before, and it just sounded like very off the cuff, and I loved it.
Oh,
I think his name is Shrek. Actually,
no, it is D&D.
I think it's J.
Let's see. Pathfinder Orc God. Someday I'll learn these things better,
definitely.
but it
Shrek.
won't be today.
Not
Oh yeah, right
today,
here. It says
motherfucker.
the orcs are created by the god Shrek.
How was that not?
Get
a
out of my
bad
swamp.
name?
It's Shrek.
It's Shrek.
It's not actually Shrek. It's
Yes, it
Shrek.
is. Lie to me.
Wait,
Lie to me.
what if Sean Connery did Shrek?
What if it would go a little something like
Donkey.
this?
Okay, get out of my swamp.
Donkey. Get out of my swamp.
Better out than in
Have an
my
outhouse.
I don't want your waffles.
I want to marry
If that
Pamela
princess
Diaz.
doesn't calm down, I'm going to give her a smack.
That's more likely.
You said Sean Connery, not me.
Rick Connery, get it right.
Brett Connery.
Rhett Connery, nicely done.
That's why. We got
But yeah, so that's what you
I
know.
like to make a candle
So
from my
the reason,
earwax.
the reason the Dominion of the Black
Very strong.
occurs to you is that from what you've heard about them, it sounds like they're at least loosely comparable to like a military force. And these dudes are certainly moving as though they are a, they're moving like a raiding party, like a unit. They've practiced this. It's clear.
Do they
Um,
have hive? Are they hive? They act like a hive mind, like a bionanite type of swarm, or are they just like
No, not
honeybees?
necessarily. No, they're all, the other ones were very clearly taking orders from the pink one.
Okay.
So these guys are blue. The guys they killed were like brown, and then the leader of the blues is a pink guy. And so from what you guys can see out of your cave, the blue guys are, there's at least a few that you can see standing guard at the mouth of the cave as those other guys move forward.
These blue lives do not matter.
Yes. They never
Let's get 'em,
do.
boys.
The only blue life that matters is Sonic the Hedgehog, baby.
Fuck yeah.
See, it's like Frank
Kill
Sinatra said that. The only life that matters is Sonic the Hedgehog,
life-
baby.
The only blue life that matters is Sonic the Hedgehog.
And old blue
Come on,
eyes,
let's-
me.
Baby.
The only life that mattered was Sonic the Hedgehog. We live in a very different world.
So what are you guys doing this weekend? Oh, probably gonna just go hang out down at the Sonic the Hedgehog temple.
Yeah, Yeah.
many
Give
cosplay
praise
Frank
to
Sinatra
give praise to the
protecting
only
Sonic
life
the
that
Hedgehog?
matters.
Eat some chili dogs.
I mean, he performed that miracle. He brought Frank Sinatra back to life.
Yeah. Dr. Robotnik gave his only.
He cloned him a bunch so that he's at every Sonic the Hedgehog temple.
Well, what's Robotnik backwards again? Court.
OV Krobator or something.
Yeah. Ovi
Ron
Krobator
Zertner.
gave his
No,
only.
Ovi Kintober.
Ovi
Kintober.
Kintober gave his only blue hedgehog.
Dr. Robotnik. Or
Ovi
Eggman.
Kintober gave his
Ovi,
only
yes.
blue
Ovi,
hedgehog.
like egg. Ovi. Kintober, like Kintober.
If you've been following along at home with your decoder ring, Frank
I'm
Sinatra was a singer from the 20th century.
this is like a note for when we're done. I have
Sure.
I started a shared notes file, which I can't believe we have not done before.
Yeah,
So
fair.
I'm gonna share that with everyone, and when we're off this, I want to
Bookmark.
get the whole
Smart.
story
Yeah, we should
straight.
do that.
Okay,
It's pretty good.
Fantastic.
cool.
I'd like to talk to Suna.
Sure.
Be like, do you have any idea how many of these of each there are? How long have they been doing this?
Is it this one? I gotta give it a actual name. If it is, this is the voice I was doing last time, right?
Sounds
Yeah.
right.
Sounds right.
Is this
It's a
thing-
little
okay, cool.
indecipherable, like a teeny bit hard to hear.
Let's try it with the voice reduction. Does that help at all?
Does
Sounds the same.
Turn the mix down. Is that?
There we go. Yes.
Yeah.
Little clean,
Alright.
That's good.
little clean signal helps. Yeah.
Little ASMR,
Yeah.
little Ivan ASMR.
Agree. Wow, that's what that is. I understand.
Please don't jerk it to my voice.
It's not sexual.
Do we is the silver mount here in the Scar of the Spider, or is that somewhere else?
No, the Silver Mount is the capital
Yeah.
city of Numeria to the north of you guys.
Right, okay, that's right.
You guys all definitely know that.
Right, cool.
You were reading Zoo Journal
Let's see,
number
what
one.
was it?
So Isuma says, sorry, my voice box was offline. They send raiding parties here sometimes, but other times there's smaller ships that just they seem to be dropping stuff off. They have these big tanks. They have tubes with folk in them sometimes. They have big weirder than that big crab motherfucker like pack animals.
Big tanks. They're storing them someplace, so they have like a compound.
What do they send raiding
They
parties?
certainly do. Yeah, they have their own whole cave thing. Like I've been hiding out here, but like down there further is other weirder stuff, and then I don't know what their beef is with this area. Usually they come and they just drop stuff off and then go on their way.
Some
What kind of stuff do they
pigs
drop
Contra
off?
shit.
The tubes and things.
Tubes,
Tanks, supplies, it looks like.
tanks and tubes.
They come on like, pallet loader type contraptions.
Okay.
Teeny tiny.
You said they were
This is
doing
this-
experiments on things?
They did to the old madman,
Oh right.
the dirty farmer.
Yeah. And that guy's
The dirty farmer who screams in his sleep.
yeah. Just like a Vietnam vet.
Shit. So this is like the space fascist CIA dropping off secret army stuff. Real
I only
random
understood a few of those words. Who is this ray gun? I have a ray gun.
You do?
Is this what you're asking for?
Yep, that's it.
She pulls a piece.
Cool.
No, stop it.
Like the weirdest Ren Fair ever.
We all pull out like the time worn pistols and shit that we have, and it's a Mexican standoff immediately.
No.
No. I say that's cool. Is that a Glebe Court XR71? Pretty nice.
It's a 73, actually.
Oh shit. Humble brag.
I notice your weapons are pretty worn down. I mean, obviously there's some shit going down, but remind me later, and I can help you guys with at least a couple of them.
That's amazing. That would be incredible.
That was what I did aboard the ship.
That's
All right.
great.
And she gives Mimo another like weird look, like at first it's like remember, and then she's like, different guy looks the same, right?
Right.
Hard not to talk to him like he's not the same guy.
Right.
It's hard also to be a guy who keeps seeing guys who look like him.
Why does it take so long?
Focus.
How many more of you have you met?
I think only one.
Alive, just two.
Two.
Remember, we found a bunch of non-functioning ones when we found Yumo.
Yeah,
and then
but
there was like just another one that like showed up very briefly last time.
there were. It's in my memory there was Yumo and one other one, and we turned Yumo on and left the other one.
I thought that there were like a whole like collection of them with Yumo who weren't activatable.
I think there was a couple tubes that were like destroyed.
There were more tubes, and there was probably like a foot maybe in one of them, but the Yumo tube was the only one that was sealed and had a recognizable subject within.
Oh, never
And
mind.
then you guys spent all that time and like hooking up the energy to get that tube to get back online to complete what it was doing in order to get Yumo in the first place.
Right. Maybe it was
And then when you guys met Isuma, she said that Mimo looks like Urian Velako, the captain of the Chrysalis, I believe it was called, which was the ship with the habitat dome that you guys explored in the first chapter of this adventure.
Wasn't there a dude last time too? I could have sworn there was.
I don't think so. I think you just were talking briefly about being clones. There were more androids last time.
Oh, they were like similar to you. I think that was what. There was like you guys had some kind of similarity. I think was
I said they had like the same like round yellow eyes.
Yeah.
No. All right, my bad.
Which is just, I mean, purely a consequence of my personal mental image of what Mimo looks like. It doesn't have to be that. They might have just told you, or they might have just been acting weird. Who knows?
I have a question for our friend. Go ahead. Was Hellion an AI aboard the ship, but when you were on there, or was that not? Or is that something that like invaded?
I'm unfamiliar with anything called Hellion. Unity was the AI
Right.
aboard our ship.
Right. All right. And you never met a Casilda, an android, right? We established that last time.
Yeah, doesn't ring any bells to me.
All right.
Well, what do you want to do now? Since we're here and we're here to help, and we'd like to get to the bottom of all this. And
You seem reasonable. It's pretty cool.
I try to be reasonable about most things, but I must confess I'm here on a mission of revenge. You see, it wasn't always
Zane.
just
Yeah, high five.
Oh,
Let's go.
nice. Then you'll
Let's go.
understand.
Yeah.
Both hand high fives. I have more,
I don't
more
like
arms
it,
than
but
you.
I'll allow it.
But you see, my companions, I was with more people. They met their demise also at the hand of the creature, and I feel like whatever's happening out there might give me a chance to get revenge on the creature called Malky.
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 Like in the middle?
Like the first part of that name, and then an I at the end.
Oh, alright. Malky.
Or I guess,
John.
let's see. Whoop. Let me type it good. There you go.
Give me that Milky Way.
Let me get a Milky Way.
Malky. Malachi.
Sure. Well, now that you have, we're behind you. Should we stop hiding and plan a trap for?
Yeah, we'll murder a stranger.
Crowdies?
Malky.
I certainly admire your spirit. It'll be dangerous. He's like a. So, do you know what are they called? The big wing, big gales that go like trump, 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 trump. What do you call those here?
We call him night. No, what do we call him?
Dragon?
Dragon. He's one of those.
Cool.
And he killed all my friends, and I'm sworn to kill him or die trying.
Yeah, no, we love that. We'll kill a dragon.
It is
Got it.
astounding to me that five clearly insane strangers would lay down your lives to murder more extraterrestrial strangers.
No, I can't speak for
I certainly am on the
Didn't
fence
you?
at least about joining this particular endeavor.
yeah.
What kind of a dragon?
I mean, there are all types of roles that we can take. Not all involve combat.
He is green, but it's hard to say whether he started out like that or if it's from rot.
Oh.
He might be psychic, he smells bad, and he's being controlled by a, what are they called? What are the guys called? Not any of these. This adventure has too many parts.
Knowledge dungeoneering was an 18 to see if I can surmise anything from that description. Definitely sounds undead though.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a living dragon here.
Not anymore, certainly.
Think here.
Undead extraterrestrial psychic dragon.
There's another word for him. The Pathfinder wiki is calling them, or no, not the wiki, the adventurer is calling them intellect devourers. They're awful little brain guys. They look like brains, they eat brains, they climb into creatures' heads where their brains used to be. They're awful. They did it to my friends.
What? Wait, I'm sorry. I was a little distracted. Who is eating brains and taking brains?
It translates to intellect devourer.
Right.
Let's see.
But like at a separate, it's a separate weird friend.
American Republicans. Ha!
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh, got him.
Got him.
What are these motherfuckers actually called? There's a cooler name for it, but I can't goddamn find it
Brain getters.
in my brain.
Smart takers.
They're insane in the membrane.
That's probably it. They certainly
Cyber
are
Cyril,
insane in
look
the
at
membrane.
you.
Yeah, sure.
Oh
Child
wait,
incoming.
Mentos, the smart taker.
Incoming children.
You got it.
Perfect.
Wait, let me share.
I was gonna say, if anybody has an opinion on this, it would probably be Jim. But do you guys wash your rice?
No.
I've heard that that's a thing you can do.
Yeah.
I don't, because I'm a heathen, I guess.
I
My
will
rice ain't
wash
dirty.
short grain rice purchased from a market that caters to people who typically use short grain rice and wash it first, because
Fair.
presumably it is going to call for it.
Fair.
Just like regular long grain American style rice, it's already been like rinsed up during the cleaning process, and then they've dumped a bunch of powdered B vitamins that don't absorb into your body at all into it.
Right.
And you can wash those off if you want, but it's not going to do anything really. It's not going to help it. So no, I don't wash that, which is 99% of the rice that I make at home.
So if it's like Trader Joe's, like bullshit rice, doesn't need to be washed.
Not in my experience.
I mean, I would say like Carolina long grain rice or like store brand long grain rice, which is what I usually have around, doesn't need to now.
I mean, I think technically, no rice needs to be washed. You
Yeah,
can
I was
eat
in-
it.
If you say that to somebody who grew up washing rice, you will be like greeted with shock in some cases, because
Well, no,
but, like-
what I just mean, like, it's still gonna be edible either way. Like, yes,
Right.
one version's gonna be far worse and maybe like potentially not good for your tummy or even like gets you sick, but like you can do it.
So
But yeah,
Just,
the short grain stuff
like
has like
sushi
a
or
different
something.
amount of starch in it, and
Yeah.
the rinsing there.
That's what I was
definitely
gonna say. Is I thought
affects,
it
like,
was
whether it's like
Starch.
I thought it was a
supposed to
starch
be
content
sticky or
thing.
whatever. Yeah.
Generally, yes.
Like how you like soak potatoes before you do certain shit with them.
oh,
Don't tell me what I do with
I've never
potatoes.
heard of that. What are you doing with those potatoes? Stuffing them up their ass, or
You're supposed to soak them for a good while before you make like French fries.
You can. You can do
Yeah.
that.
You can do it with like
in
hash
tons of
brown
water.
style.
That makes sense.
Hmm.
But like
Soak them first,
usually
double fry.
I'm wringing out a potato.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like a latke.
Sure.
Oh, you
Taking
bring
like a
them out.
potato and onion and like
Is that how you do hash browns too?
Really
make a
mashing
mixture
it.
and, like wringing that shit over.
Sure.
Yeah, I pretend they're giant
You wanna-
stones and I crush them.
Love a latke.
I love a latke too. I make
Drop the
Damn,
love.
damn fine way to make a pancake.
I make pretty bad latkes, but I do it
What's the
frequently
best store-bought applesauce?
enough. The unsweetened Trader Joe's.
Hmm.
It's what
Yeah,
Gavin did.
unsweetened up applesauce probably way to
Do you
go.
wash? Do you wash?
You wash your
unsweetened
latkes?
Do you
applesauce?
wash your applesauce?
Wait, what's your question, Joe?
Do you wash your applesauce?
Oh, no.
He thought I was gonna ask a serious
Omiyaki
question.
before?
When I was a kid, what did you say? Soyaki? Because that's what I had for dinner.
No, I said okonomiyaki.
Oh,
oh,
Have
I had a cousin of that on my trip. It was good.
no.
Okonomiyaki is so good. It's like
What is it?
it's the Japanese cousin to the latke. It's
Oh.
made with cabbage.
Nice.
Oh,
Like a fried
shit.
cabbage pancake.
I just watched somebody make
Fucking
that.
so
on
good.
Instagram.
Oh
Sounds
my
good.
god.
I
cabbage.
had the one that had like a different,
do
it had
egg
an
in it, though.
alternative to cabbage in it. I forget what they used.
Used to, whatever that.
Bok choy?
Probably not.
No, it might. I think it might have even been like. Damn, it's
Can't think of any other cabbage-like vegetables besides
it
like
wasn't a
Iceberg.
cabbage-like vegetable. It
lettuce.
was just like another.
oh
It might have been
Iceberg
like
lettuce.
a mild green onion or something.
oh nice.
Negiyaki.
That sounds
Yeah,
delicious.
negiyaki is made with mild scallions.
Nice.
Huh.
Sounds good. Speaking of things that sound good, where are we at vis-a-vis plans for getting out of this cave?
Well,
Well, I want to hear like, where are they going? Like, explain more about what you've learned in your time hiding from these horrible things.
She's told you basically all she knows.
Scouting party. Let's do it.
where do these caves let out? This direction. This like little secret thing.
It doesn't. It's just it dead ends a little ways up. There's a little pool, and then
A dead
that's
pool.
it.
Well,
I mean, we don't have to go that way. We don't have to go out the front.
Do they ever come back?
I done been telling you guys about my sick new burrowing powers.
correct.
We can just burrow the fuck out of here.
Do we want to
Load up
avoid
the
them or do we want to kill a
technodrome.
couple? 'Cause we could
Otherwise,
kill a couple down here. They're up in the they like cordon themselves off into this little cave system.
so okay, let's talk
Yeah.
because like I can get everybody out of here, right? If we want, and just like make somebody invisible, they can walk out. Like we just meet someplace. Once they're there, can make them not invisible, make somebody else invisible, log them out.
Rosie, I
One by
think that's
one.
a great idea, but I think let's save that for like our escape.
You're
plan.
right. Burrowing's so much cooler, and we all get to do it together. All right. So Riswell goes up to a wall. Puts his hands
Wait
in-
1 second though. Sorry.
You're right. I have to do it on the ground. He puts
Where's
his hands on the
Malky?
ground.
Where's Malky? Like we should probably do
In a cave to the south somewhere.
okay. Let's go
The other
towards there.
cave system that you were told about.
Riswell looks at the ground and
presumably.
is like, "This isn't south, right?"
Straight down is south. That is canon.
The deep south.
We always make down south.
It's the dirty south.
Okay, so just not too deep then. Okay.
So, Cabot, I think you might be right. That maybe a rescue mission, or let's look around a little bit more.
I'm hearing a murder mission. That's what I'm hearing.
Rescue and murder, like seek and destroy, seek,
Who are we?
Save.
Who are we rescuing?
save and kill.
Who are we rescuing?
Who are we
The guy
saving?
from the other cave.
Oh no, we're not saving him. We're killing him.
Oh, fine.
It's a dragon, and they're
Oh, the dragon guy. Yeah,
We're saving
let's
it
get
from
him.
existing.
You're saving it from the pain of existence.
Rescuing it from the mortal
coil. Yes.
We didn't ask a lot of questions about your beef with this dragon. Is there like anything we should know?
It's a dragon.
Until recently, he was their sort of leader, but then they evolved. What are these guys called?
Another brain snatcher?
A Nethalamu came and relieved him of his command, assigned him to some sort of menial work, and he hasn't been out and about, hunting for subjects for whatever he's doing as much. It seems like maybe they were preparing for the arrival of this other force, or who knows?
Maybe we could flip. Can we flip this dragon to be our bud?
Well, no, I think the dragon. Well, I don't know. Dragons.
No, he's a servile wretch. He holds absolute
Not
allegiance
hear
to
the
the
whole thing
divinity.
about revenge.
Right.
That's the
Did you not
crazy
hear the
thing
whole
to say.
about revenge?
Somebody looking for the revenge.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild. Why would you say that to them?
Yeah, we're killing the guy. But
Yeah.
more
This is a
questions about
revenge
dragon.
mission. What are you talking about?
Dragon
Get
was
them on our side. We get them on our side so we can murder them more? Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
We get them to this side so we can kill them. Like we're gonna do with the technically.
right. Dragon was leading the
Kirsek says, I'll pretend I didn't hear that last part for the time being, as long as we're confined to this cave.
What did he say?
He said, "I'll pretend I didn't hear that."
No. What was the?
Oh, about the Technic League, about getting close to the Technic League and then killing them.
Well, Rizzy does not speak for necessarily all of us.
Well, anyway, what? So the dragon was in charge of these weird guys for a little bit, or seemed to be.
Yeah, as near as I could tell, he was the one running things when me and my companions were captured and before I escaped.
When I said flip, I meant like maybe we could use the dragon to fight the other assholes. That's all I meant. I don't like him either. He's a dragon.
It will take quite a bargaining chip,
You
but
mean, like
who knows?
literally and physically.
Exactly, Campbell.
Right.
Like Steven Seagal.
Yeah, like I do every time anyone comes at me, I flip them. I flip them around. They do
You
a big
scream
front
Aikido.
flip. I scream Aikido, and then they do a front flip in front of me, and that's how Aikido works.
Yep.
I go with those with my hands.
Sounds like a very powerful art. I'm eager to see you use it on a dragon.
Let's go.
Let's go!
And she points at the ground in front of you, Rizzy.
Oh, we doing it? Let's do it.
So I'll cast Burrow.
Love it.
And we can use that little air thing to keep us burrowed like as long as we fucking want it. Not as long as we want it. But we won't run out of air, which is cool. So
Amazing.
1 minute per level. So
We're like
9
that.
minutes.
What's
I
that
have-
thing that Krang and Shredder and Bebop and Rocksteady always
The
travel?
Technodrome.
Oh, the Technodrome,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, but the actual like subway car with the drill head on it.
Is this
The Drillodrome.
Yeah.
So here, let me put it in there. So burrow at a speed of 15 feet, through sand, loose soil, or gravel, or 5 feet through stone. It doesn't require con, which is sick.
Imagine you get little like mole hands. They get little, like,
Totally.
have
Mhm.
I love that.
We're a bunch of tremors.
so-
We're a bunch of tremors now.
I'm going to use. I think I have one last charge on the Rod of Extend.
Great.
So we have 18 minutes of 2, that's cool. So we have 18 minutes of time, just so like we can get a little bit farther out before surfacing.
Sure. What you can go
15 feet, 15 feet around, through sand, loose soil, or gravel. So I assume that like we could potentially go deep enough that like we go below the stone.
the cave is probably rock through. I would say if you want to start at the mouth of the tunnel that you guys went down, that area will be loose soil.
I mean, we have 18 minutes, and that's per round. So like a minute at 5 feet around is what, 10, 50 feet?
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I feel like we could get, like, it's not necessarily 50 feet here, is it?
No.
So like
that should be just about right.
you could just do that and then go through, and that's like 3 times as fast, and we have another 17 minutes.
Cool. And we're going due south. Is that what's happening?
Sounds good. Yeah, if you want to draw me the path you're going.
Wait. The squares are off. So it's double.
They
That's
are
still,
off, yeah.
yeah, but still it's fine. That's like 60 feet. So we still have 17 minutes.
Fantastic.
Very good.
So is your intention to burrow out and then engage these dudes, or to just get past them entirely?
I figured we're just gonna go past entirely. If we're gonna engage them, I thought we'd just go up through the front and engage them.
Yeah, we're gonna go past them.
Cool. I just was just clarifying.
You gotta
Great.
pop up and just be like,
So yeah, you guys are able to sneak out of there, away from the so-called machine caves, and you can continue on whichever direction you want to go. Let me get our gal Isuma on here.
I feel like we're gonna let her lead the way.
Sure. She certainly will.
The meatballs, the wedding team.
That's the meat chip.
The meatballs are the ship.
Yeah, but it was the crab ship, right?
Yes.
The guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Team Crab, yes.
I don't think we know who the other people
Yeah,
are.
we don't know where they came from. We just know that they were fighting them.
Yeah. It might be good to enlist them. I don't know. How?
Interesting. But yeah, so
Maybe-
so you guys burrow your way out of the cave. Excuse me. And come up some distance later to find the valley in a state of turmoil, let's say. There are columns of smoke rising from the south. There's the sound of distant like laser fire conflict of some sort, the occasional explosion here and there. And as you guys head south, nope, can't move it on the Zoom still.
Sounds like the Eagles lost the Super Bowl.
Or one.
Something like
Or
that.
one. No, if it was one, it would be all out. Worth it.
It's actually worse when they win. But this is where you guys start to really see the evidence of the battle. There's dozens of sets of tracks, if not more, and they match both the crab creature, as Isuma called them, the booger creatures, as well as some other things that look a little more mechanical in nature. And it seems there was a pretty big skirmish here where they landed, as evidenced by the various fallen bodies of these winged booger creatures. And then only a few sets of tracks go to the north, whereas the vast majority of them seem to congregate southward, as though one force was pushing the other back. And if anyone wants to make any type of rolls to find out anything additional about this here scene I've said, I'd love to hear it.
I'm interested in the one pair of tracks leaving.
It's not one pair. It's just less. It's very clearly the guys that you saw before you left the cave.
Okay.
Yeah, roughly. I don't know. It was like 5 of those guys. 5 of the small guys, 1 big guy. You can see the like pokey claw tracks of the brain crab.
I'm gonna try to get an idea of how is it, like an army or lots of crab tracks? Like
Hirsek pipes up and he says, "It looks like a raid to me. They seem like a big raid. They're doing like a hit and run almost. It looks like."
Yeah. there's not gonna be. I'm gonna see if I can discern in some way where the opposing force is like coming from, if that's even a thing. Probably not, but
So there's the it's from the what did he call it? The butchers. The Mad Pater called it the Butcher Cave. He told you guys about two locations, the Butcher
Oh,
Cave
right.
and the Machine Cave. The Machine Cave is where you found Isuma. And then the Butcher Cave is presumably where the force that is being invaded is located.
right.
And the force that that Isuma is after is the local, the home team, if you will.
Right.
And while the two forces seem to be comprised of at least partially the same species, they're very clearly in conflict. You saw, two of the same, not the same, but like two very similar creatures were shooting at each other.
But they were different color, and
They were different colors.
they had slightly different features, and the things that make us different are worth killing each other over.
It's true.
Can't we all just get along?
As
Yeah,
long
so,
as not everyone looks exactly like me. No.
well, I got some bad news for you. But yeah, so that's what's going down. You guys want to continue south, or
Yeah, so I just I know that you explained it very plainly, but I just
I'll do it again.
no, Malky, I don't want you to explain it again. Malky is aligned now with the home team, which is the not the black.
Yes, Malky is an agent of the home team.
Right, and the home team is the home team is not the crab team. The home team is the
Right.
all right. So Malky used to be leading the crab team and has
No.
okay. Okay,
We just
so
need cut and
Malky-
dry, good guy, bad guy.
Hard to say. We're working with. I will tell you that you are working with imperfect information.
Sure.
The fact that these seem to be two factions of spacefaring creatures, sort of muddies it.
Sure.
And the fact that Isuma arrived here with still a third extraterrestrial faction.
Is places right for the aliens?
There's a lot of alien activity going on here, and not everyone has all of the information.
So when Malky was usurped,
Yeah.
they went off on their own, and they're just kind of on their own.
No, they're still there. They're just not going out to procure the stuff anymore. They're not
Okay.
not
They're just
meeting
peeling.
not meeting the inbound shipments anymore.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
they're
they were
peeling
just sort of-
potatoes and cleaning toilets.
okay, so they're like more or
Just-
less like have been like relieved of duty, but not in a
Right, they're on desk duty,
right. Okay,
as
cool.
near as Isuma can tell.
All right. And those are not the crab people. So we need everyone now.
Team Crab, what you guys saw was just a like I will say that home team also has big crab-like creatures.
Right. But they might not be stealing
Just a
brains.
successful raid.
Sounds like Big Crab is calling the shots, telling you what you can and can't do.
That's true.
Right.
I do have issue with Big Crab.
Where's my
Like those
clarified plan?
coconut crabs, absolutely terrifying.
True, they're a big crab.
Great big crab, hate it.
Scary.
Scary. Definitely. Anything the size of a Geo Metro or larger is scary to me.
Yeah, like a camel spider.
Ugh. Not as big as a Geo Metro. Still gross and scary though.
I don't know what a geometro is.
It's just
From
like
the
a
old times.
tiny 90s hatchback.
Oh, I do know what a geometro is. Never mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now it costs like how much it costs to go to the grocery store.
Yeah,
That's
cool.
awesome. $100 Geo Metro. All right, let's
I
go.
think that's how much they cost in 1990.
Maybe. I know my parents at one point both had one because they were very cheap.
Yeah.
And when it snowed, it was so light. Instead of digging it out, we would just push it over the snow.
Nice.
Awesome.
Incredible.
It was amazing.
Yeah. I'm in the market for a Subaru Baja, which is at latest a
How's that spelled?
BAJA.
SUBURU.
It's that the very
Got 'em.
newest it could be is I think 20 years old. So
I don't know if it let the dogs out as well.
I hope you find one. I was gonna say I hope you find one and I hope it's a Baja Blast.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, so I'm finding myself completely unaligned with anyone's cause here, so we should just
here's what
go
Doc's
ahead
here's
and
Doc's thinking, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so here's our friend Mimo. Our new friend thought Mimo was their friend. So instead of aligning with a dragon, a bunch of crabs that are awful and murderous and raiding, and seemingly we could align ourselves with Androthi type language speakers, of which we already speak, at least until we know what's going on. And then we can make the right decision at that time. Can any of us scry?
No.
I'm the only Androthan speaker here. These guys are. I don't understand why they're fighting each other, but these are all Dominion. Like it's a Dominion ship. These are their guys. They're called Migo, and the big guys are Olfelgad or something like that.
Yeah.
Ogathoga. I don't know.
I think
In your experience,
they're called. It translates to brain collector.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't like that. That's automatically no. Right?
No, you saw what they did to those other ones.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They collect brains, and then once they absorb enough of them and get smart enough, they evolve into the Nethalgu, which is it's like a tall one of them and grosser. And they have their starships and they go out and they do their awful experiments and they eat up people's brains and live in people's corpses, and I'm trying to free my former companions from that. I gotta lay them to rest. I can't let them just keep being vessels for these creatures,
Yeah, that's
whatever they've done that's causing these other ones to come kill them, none of my concern really. The more they kill each other, the better, as far as I'm concerned. I'm sure the Dominion has its own internal power struggles, as much as any large spacefaring organization. They're not a hive mind. So things like this must happen occasionally. Maybe this local force outlived their usefulness, and now they're getting their stuff fucked.
Yeah. Not to step on the magic of the moment at all, but we're if we do help you kill Malky, would you help us find this this Casilda person somewhere in that has like some knowledge of Unity somewhere? Because I mean, we're like happy to do some murdering and we're happy to do all that, but we're not exactly altruists here.
This was my intention from the outset. This is why I recruited you. If this facility you seek is anywhere and yet among the living in this valley, it is very likely to be in the caves to the south.
That's
The cave with the machines I've explored thoroughly, and I've seen no other living people there.
Well,
Just an asinine robot, not an android, no humanoids, nothing of that sort. She's not a what? I'm sorry?
Oh, she might not be living, but I was gonna say, let us away to the South Cave and help you, so that you may help us.
Agreed.
Excellent. Then yes, let us away.
To our deaths.
So
Or many
Right,
deaths.
certain thing.
We are the Shreks. We ride.
that's the team name we're going with now, the Shreks.
I
Apparently.
think Dick Twisters was pretty good.
It's the God of Orcs.
Shrek is
The
the god of war.
Schmoons. Gordon Shumway.
No, but like,
And
We're gonna
that's
kill up on these guys like a whole posse of the God of Orcs.
hell yeah.
I mute myself when I cough. Sorry, everybody.
No worries.
wait, like, should we have fucked the guys up out there just to like kind of
Practice.
gauge her strength?
I was
If you
thinking
could
that, but
gauge ours.
we're already where we are. Might as well stress test.
Let me
Never go back.
let me see some things.
Oh man. Well, things start getting hairy. To mention, throw the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Perfectly
Oh,
reasonable.
How rested is everyone? I
I think we just rested.
I'm like generally
No,
cool.
you
Just
guys have
use
been
spells to help
you guys have been
out.
traveling for the better part of a day at this point. So as you
Yeah,
say,
spells.
whatever it was you said about taking care of those guys back there, you realize that Hirsek has not emerged from the little tunnel that you burrowed.
No.
And as
get
you turn back towards the cave entrance, you see him sneak up with his icy rapier, and he in a couple, well, not one fluid motion, but in a couple fluid motions, almost like dancing, this guy fights. He does like behind the guy throat slash on the one, then he does like a spin, which he does get hit during. This thing shoots him a little bit, but he shrugs it off pretty quick and
shot a little bit.
then slices an H across the front of the second creature, and then
cool.
runs him through and drops him, and then is
Oh.
like, I kind of botched that second part, but it was okay. I've done worse.
That was pretty impressive.
I said quietly to anybody. It's like I want to have sex with that man now.
Rizal turns and nods.
The respect thing.
You could do it.
Sister pokes her head out and also kind of nods a little.
Yeah. Anyway,
As soon as just
Finally, also
completely blank, just pretends didn't hear it.
I said. Sorry.
I've had sex.
Now, I'm unfamiliar with whatever these booger creatures consider to be technology. Perhaps one of you would prefer to make some type of examination. Try not to get any of that goo on your fingers now.
Yeah. Snap, snap. Hold on. Put on my perspectacles.
As they're looking, I'm just like, Hirsek, that form was incredible.
Why, thank you. I've practiced a fair amount.
Hold on, let me get my telescope.
Whoa, 30.
A 30 on perception ain't bad at all. Let's see. Where are my Migo stats?
Well,
Can I see myself upside down?
I'm looking at this corpse.
You're gonna go blind on that?
What?
So that's like how you get like some kind of weird like those like weird medical eye strain things that you have to like, you know.
Whoa, what the hell
The
is that?
computer. Some kind of telescope.
It's
What kind of
Whoa.
scopes are seeing?
it's
This guy
my
getting into
perceptive scope.
astronomy, huh?
I have props like Carrot Top.
Kind of
Let's see.
telescope.
Just like Carrot Top.
All right.
Carrot Top.
Just as funny as Carrot Top.
That's as
Excuse
funny
me.
as Carrot Top.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
So what these guys are holding is what the shit?
Hold on.
Sorry, folks. I thought I had these guys' gear. Huh. Okay, whatever. We'll just say that these guys are each carrying a set of prayer beads. They're wearing some sort of like organic armor akin to like what you guys know as leather armor. And tell you what, let's just let's see. Laser rifle Aeon PRD. That sounds right. And they are each carrying a laser rifle, which is a 2d6 ranged weapon with 2 times critical. Range 150 feet. And presumably, let's say they each have 10 charges.
That's a real gunslinger campaign.
Yeah,
There's a fair number, there's going to be a fair number of guns from here on out, I think.
Yeah. I think
All right, hold up.
Shaq, I get a
This is
penalty.
America.
But yeah, so the way these creatures biology is set up, they are sort of like they're not wielding the guns with their like limbs. Like they have like smaller lower limbs, and then they have like things almost like tendril like upper limbs.
Whoa.
They don't seem to have any digits. They seem prehensile and sticky, and that seems to be the main way that they manipulate other things. The gun, however, seems to almost be like stuck up in it. Like it's grown around the gun.
The lower
Oh.
gun of the sticky appendage, fraught with symbolism, I'd say.
Right. Yeah. It's like the video
I
drum.
see you've seen Videodrome too.
I did video drum.
Love gun.
Yeah, that's what Kiss was talking about.
Yes.
This would have been cool if they had like been on a body horror kick. That actually
Yeah.
just would have been Guar. That's not that cool.
Kiss would have been cool if they sounded anywhere near as evil as they looked.
Oh.
You should look at them again because they actually look very hilarious.
But like they got like armor and swords and like demon stuff on them.
Disco boots.
Yeah, disco boots.
Disco boots with knives on
Bat
them.
wings and they have like the little web.
Kitty
wings.
whiskers.
Bat wings are pretty cool.
Kitty whiskers are cool, but they're not that sinister.
They have a lot of they have songs that are funnier than anything I've heard from any comedy album ever. Like
Awesome.
Great Expectations. I think everyone should go listen to Great Expectations by Kiss immediately. It's we'll play the episode out on it if you want.
Is it just a retelling
We
of the?
We
of the
probably
novel?
won't. I'm not trying to get that particular copyright strike smoke.
Oh yeah, that one seems like they'd come right for you.
Yeah, they're gonna mute the whole damn episode.
Yeah, Gene
That's
Simmons.
Gene Simmons.
No,
knocking
you know
down your
what?
door.
I've decided Gene Simmons seems like a down to earth guy. I'm
I watched
he's-
him.
He's turning it around and he's cool now. I'm gonna go to
Is
bat for
he?
Gene Simmons.
No,
I
he's
don't
not.
believe
I
it.
watched him.
He's
I watched
definitely
him.
not.
Fuck no, he isn't.
I watched him in
Less
an interview
relatable
where
than Trump.
he refused to say the name of the website that they were interviewing him on, and instead only told them to go to genesimmonsvault.com, in which he was selling an actual fucking vault that just said Gene Simmons on it. Anyway, sorry. There you go.
That rules.
Yeah.
All right, I suppose with that, our heroes will take a rest and see. Amazing.
fuck?
And next time we will continue on to the Butcher Caves here in the Scar of the Spider, which once again I'm realizing I forgot to play the Scar of the Spider song. Yeah, that was really nuts. I thought you were gonna go for it the whole time. But here's our end credits and theme song. I mean.
Good. Great expectations.
Smoke weed every day.
Well, see you later. Dearly beloved,